The topic of this video is creating polynomials using their characteristics. Let's solve this problem. Create a polynomial with the following properties. Degree 3, leading coefficient 1. The root 8 has a multiplicity of 1, and the root 3 has a multiplicity of 2. Okay, the first step is to create a third column here for factors. All right, if the root is 8, then the factor that produced it must be x minus 8. If the root is 3, then the factor that must have produced it is x minus 3. Now the multiplicities. It tells me I need 1 of the x minus 8s, but I need 2 of the x minus 3s. Okay, I'm now ready to create my polynomial. F of x equals, I have my leading coefficient, which is 1, then all of my factors. So x minus 8, x minus 3, x minus 3. Anything times 1 is itself, so I get f of x equals x minus 8, x minus 3, x minus 3. This is my answer in factored form. But I'm also required to multiply all of these out in order to get my answer in polynomial form. Order of operations says that when you multiply, you should do so from left to right. So I'm going to begin by foiling those two binomials. So this times that, and that, this times that, and that. So I'm going to get x squared minus 3x minus 8x plus 24. And all of that still has to be multiplied by this x minus 3. I have some like terms that I can combine. X squared minus 11x plus 24 times this x minus 3. And when you multiply a trinomial and a binomial, you cannot use FOIL because FOIL is only for binomial times binomial. But you can use something that's very, very similar. And the very similar method is this. You're going to take each term of the second polynomial and multiply it by each term of the first polynomial, then add everything together. So you're going to have 6 total terms here. The key thing is that you don't want to multiply two terms that are both within the same factor. Okay, so here we go. Let's do the x times these 3 first, which are the orange arcs here. So x times this will give me x cubed minus 11x squared plus 24x. Now the blue arcs, where I'm going to distribute the negative 3 to the same 3 pieces. So that gives me minus 3x squared plus 33x minus 72. Now I have to identify like terms that I can combine, such as this minus 11x squared and this minus 3x squared. And then later on, this plus 24x and this plus 33x. Combining these is going to give me x cubed minus 14x squared plus 57x minus 72. This is my f of x in polynomial form. So there are 2 answers because there are 2 different forms of the answer. And our answers are shown here in the boxes. We've got factored form and polynomial form. Let's do a quick check and make sure it lines up with the information provided. The largest exponent of x when in polynomial form tells you the degree. We've got a 3, and we were asked to create a polynomial with degree 3, so that works. The coefficient of this x cubed is 1. That's the leading coefficient, so that matches here. The degree of a polynomial in factored form is found by adding the degrees of each factor. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, and our leading coefficient is 1. That gives me confidence that we've solved this problem correctly.